Hello, hello.
Yeah, you can hear.
Okay, and you can see my screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Today our topic is about custom street struct and custom union. I will introduce what they are and how to use them. And last, I will also introduce 6V free tech protocol. Communicate with 6V. Communicate with our HMI. And here has a news about our 6V programming menu. For the English version, we will provide it next week. So at that time, if you have 6V on your hand, you can start to test our function block and some function. First, what's the strict struct and union? Here, uh, here I list 3 points of custom struct. First is user. User can combine a series of libraries that are related but may have different data types into a struct. And the variables in the struct don't have influence with each other. And then the last point, when defining a variable as a struct, any member of the struct can be selected when calling this variable. How to build the struct? We can see this picture. Here I have a custom struct. We right click to build it, and in here custom struct, we click this button to add variable. And for all the variable, we also can code it as member. We can set different type of data of len. But here in picture, I set len as bool. But exactly, we can set different type of len. And here I have some notice about the struct. First is struct can be nested. It means user can define a struct as the number of another struct, just like this picture. Here, struct 1, struct 2, struct 3, struct 4, and struct 5. Later, I will show that in software. That may be more clear. And the second point is the max nesting level is a 5 level. As we can see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last, struct can't be nested with each other. It means, for example, we defined A as struct 0, and we defined B as struct 2, and we can set A as number of A as the number of B, or we can set B as the number of A. Member. But at the same time, we can't set A as member of B and set B as the member of A. We can't do this. It will have an error, and I also will show it later. So when will we use this struct? For example, for motion control function block, there will be many variable about one function block. So we can create it a struct and add all the variable in this struct. And this struct is used for the motion control function block. So in main program, we don't need to add so many variables. We just need to add a struct. And when bind the struct to function block, we can select the number. And the next is custom union. First, union users can combine data with different data type into a union. And if, for example, the member in union use the same memory, it means they will change together. For example, we put A and B to a union. Okay, and we defined A as this data type, int, and we defined B as bool. A and B are in same unit, and this is their types. So in this time, if we change A to 1, this B bool will turn on. And also, if we reset this bool, reset it to off, and at the same time, this int A will be changed to 0. They will change together because they use the same memory. And the last point is set as struct. If we define a variable as a unit, then when we call this variable, we can select any member of the unit, of this unit. Okay. And then here also have some knowledge about unit. First is send and struct. Union can be nested. It means user can define a unit as a member of another union. And the second is also send and struct. The level is max to 5 level. Third point, union can't be nested with each other. Just say that we can't set unit A as a member of unit B, and at the same time, set unit B as a member of unit A. It's wrong. And the last, here have another point. Only one member can be read or written at a time. For example, here we have three ABC. We have 3 members to a unit. We have 3 members to a unit, and all these 3 data, all these 3 variable is, for example, is int. Is int. And at the same time, we write 0 to A, and write 1 to B, and then write 2 to C. In this condition, all the member will be set as 2, because only one member can be read or written at the same time, and then the last number takes effect. So when these three members be written at the same time together, only the last one will take effect. So these three will be set as 2. Okay. Now I will open the software. Here in project management, we can create custom struct and a custom unit. And in struct, we can add, for example, here we add 5 member. We add 5 member and set data type of len and by. Okay, this is the okay. Now return to main program. Here we can add a variable. For example, this variable and the type of data. We select input helper, and here we can select this struct 0. Click OK. So now this variable A is a struct, and in program, look here, we can here. If we when we need to use a bool device, here we can select this A and select the number, select the list member, because this member is bool type, so we can select it. We can see here have many member, but only this one is bool. So if when we use a bool type data, we can select only this one. If here we add, for example, we change this to bool, and now we have 3 selection. Okay, so this A is a struct, and this new variable 1, 2, 3, 4, this 5 is the member of this struct. So in main programs, we only need to add 1 variable, and then when call this variable, we can select the member of this struct. We don't need to add so many variable in main program. If we have many variable, we can use this struct and to make the main program look more convenient. So here we don't need to add so many variable. Okay, this is how to create a variable and select it. And the next, for example, here we can add another 2 selection, and another 2 struct. And the struct 1, we add 2 variable. First is bool, and the second we select it as struct 0. Also in struct 2, we also add 2 variables. Oh, sorry. Here, struct 0. And for struct 2, we also add 2 variables. First is this one, and the second is struct 1. So now we have a relationship struct 0, struct 1, and then struct 2. Like this relationship. And for this relationship, as I said, we can max to 5 level. Okay. If so now here, for example, in this condition, here we can here delete this. Now we defined A as struct 2. So for now we can for this A we can select all these member. Okay, and if we let's add this. Even the nested relationship is bigger than 5. Here we have an arrow. I will show you. Structure 4. Now when we combine it will displayed successfully. But if we use this struct, this 6, here we have an arrow. It will show it will show this arrow. List struct 6 too many listing times. So we can add the max to 5 level. Okay. And for another point or another limit of the struct, for example, here in struct 0 and struct 1, we set in struct 0, we set struct 1 as the number of these struct 0. And in struct 1, we set struct 0 as the member. Here we have a list error. Okay. And now I will introduce how to use union. Let's add another union. For union 0, we add 4 member and set them as int. And in main program, we add a variable and set the type of this variable as is union 0. Do you have any question? Oh, sorry. Here we use different value. For now, all this member is 0, and if I change member 1, this member 1 as 1, we can see all other member will change to 1. And also, if I change member 3 to 3, and all other member will change to 3 together, we will change together. And if I change member 0 to 0 and change member 1 to 1, we can see this member 1 is taking effect, because for the order of these two member 1 is the last one, so this it will take effect. And if I change member 2 to 2, you can see all member will be changed to, because for now this member 2 is the last one, and also it will change to 3 when all member will change to 3 when I set member 3 as 3. That's the relationship between the union. And also, same as struct, union can nested max to 5 level, and we can't define unions each other. For example, define union 0 as a member of union 1, and define union 1 as a member of union 0. It will have an error. Let's introduction about union and struct. So for now, do you have any questions about struct and union? If you don't have questions, I will continue to introduce free text protocol. Okay, I'll continue. Now I will introduce free text protocol. Both Ethernet and serial port supports 6V free text protocol. And this is the protocol in HMI. Ethernet WECON 6V free text protocol. And this one is for serials. This one is for serial COM port. When using the Ethernet free text protocol, we need to set IP for PLC and HMI, and make LAN and SAN segment. In PLC, we can set the IP in PLC program, Ethernet settings, and in HMI, we can set the IP in project settings, HMI IP. And also we can use DHCP to get IP for LAN, but ensure they are in the same LAN. After setting the setting and select, and now we need to fill in PLC IP in HMI communication setting. This device IP. Here fill in PLC IP. And in PLC side, after we finish the program, we need to save the program and export the label in file here. This button, right click, and here have export label. Only when we save the program, this button could be selected. So we need to save the program first. Please notice only basis device such as DMSR, HSC, HD, and ASM, and global variable to be exported to HMI. It means other variable can't be modified, can't be monitored in HMI. And in HMI, same in communication setting, here have a label manager. We click import text from field, and select the field we export from PLC, and click save. And here we can see this is the PLC text. This device, this basis device, and this 3 global variable. And for now, we can find the PLC address in object. This is word object, and this is bit object. For the serial configuration is same. It's almost same. Just we need to select this COM port protocol and make sure the communication parameters is same as PLC. And in PLC, we need to set the COM port protocol as this protocol. And for other operations is the same as Ethernet configuration. We need to export label and insert to HMI. And here have a short video to show the communication. Here this bool device is a global variable, and these two int variable is also global variable, and tier 0. Okay, let's 6V free text protocol. Do you have any questions about free text protocol? I think it's easy to use. Just need to export label from PLC and insert to HMI. And this is our today's training. Next week training content is a single axis motion control function block. I will show you and I will provide the programming manual next week for you to study. If you have 6V, you can watch program and download to test. Okay, do you have any questions? Our today's training is finished.
Yes, okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.